Do you ever get caught up in comparison to other people and then you notice that it actually makes you feel worse about yourself? Well, why do we actually do that in the first place? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Stay tuned. Hello, Mindful Explorers, and welcome to Mindful Way to Be. My name's Chris, a registered therapist. On this podcast and YouTube channel, I talk about topics related to mental health, self-development, and self-awareness. So why do we even compare ourselves to other people in the first place? Well, there are some theories around this that I'm going to discuss. The first one is that there's an evolutionary advantage to comparison. Just think about it for a second. As early humans, we would look at other tribes and we would think, what do they have and what don't they have? Do they have better structures? Do they have a good supply of food and water? Are they more capable than us of hunting and defending themselves? And if so, what can we do about it? So really it comes down to survival. One theory is called the social comparison theory, developed by Festinger. He talks about how we compare ourselves to other people to determine our own personal and social worth. And there are two types. Upward comparison, where we look at people who are doing better than us, so we can gauge how well we're doing with the hope that it inspires us to better ourselves, although this can sometimes backfire and leave us feeling a bit deflated. The second type is downward comparison. We can compare ourselves to somebody doing worse than us because it helps us to feel better about ourselves. And whilst this can boost mood, it can also fuel complacency. The next point is we compare ourselves to other people for social learning. Children and adults do this all the time. We look at others to see where we fit in, who we belong to, in terms of culture, identity, beliefs, values, hobbies, interests. It's the way we find our place in the world and within society. And it encourages and inspires us to learn and develop. Fueling all this comparison is social media, which can be so detrimental to our self-worth. Never before in humanity have we had the ability to constantly compare ourselves to other people's lives. And the issue is we can do this at any moment during the day or night. We can pick up our phone or computer and look at how other people are living their life, or at least how they're portraying they're living their life. And there are huge costs to our own well-being when we're comparing ourselves to other people. The emotional costs are shame, dissatisfaction, feeling like we're a failure, or it could fuel your envy and jealousy of what other people have, and you're wondering, why do they have it when I don't? What did they do to deserve it? In terms of the cognitive costs, it can fuel negative thinking about ourselves. It can distort our self-image and exacerbate our inner critic. And combined, this affects our behavior. We may overcompensate, strive towards goals that we think are going to give us value and satisfaction, or we may end up buying things or looking for external validation rather than using internal validation. I've had clients who struggle with this, as well as friends and relatives, and I also still find myself at times comparing myself to other people. It's so ingrained in our behavior and our culture, especially when we have technology and social media to exacerbate the problem. So what can we do to stop perpetuating this endless cycle? Firstly, remember that appearances are deceptive. You never really know what people are going through, and it's no secret that on social media, things are blown out of proportion all the time. Not just in terms of what people choose to showcase to the world, but people also use editing tools, filters, and certain angles to change the way they look on camera, which gives people unrealistic standards to strive towards. So just keep it in the back of your mind that what you're seeing is not usually the full picture. Next, practice mindful awareness of when you're actually doing the behavior. So when you catch yourself comparing yourself to other people, whether it's in your mind or by looking on social media, say, I'm comparing right now. By labeling the action, you can increase your self-awareness of it and then move on to doing something that's actually going to benefit you and make you feel better about yourself, not worse. The third tip is to choose wisely who you actually follow and compare yourself to. Ask, are these people giving an accurate representation of who they are, what they do, and what their life is? Or are they feeding me a lie? Instead, choose people who inspire you and uplift you, people who are realistic and down to earth, those who don't judge you and encourage you to be a better version of yourself. Approach social media how you would approach food. What am I going to consume that's good for me, and what am I going to consume that's bad for me? Because if you keep comparing yourself to people who are giving you unrealistic, unattainable standards, you're never going to feel good about yourself. My last tip, which I spoke about last week, is to compare yourself with your past self only. This is a really powerful one because we don't bring anybody else into the picture. You compare yourself to who you were yesterday. So if you felt like you weren't very productive or working towards your goals yesterday, just try to be a little bit better than your past self. This is not about making giant leaps, just about taking small steps. So let me recap. We compare ourselves to other people for evolutionary and social reasons, mostly to see how other people are doing, to see if we can do better or at least be as equal as them. But comparing ourselves to people all the time has serious consequences to our own well-being. This has emotional, cognitive, and behavioral consequences. The way we can stop this behavior is first by remembering that appearances are deceiving. We can use mindful awareness to catch ourselves and label when we're comparing ourselves to others. You can choose more wisely who you follow. And finally, my favorite solution is to compare yourself to your past self only. If you enjoyed this content today, please like this video as it helps my channel to grow, and leave a comment. Let me know if you struggle with comparing yourself to other people. Each week I give you new insights to help you understand yourself and others more clearly. So if that sounds like something that interests you, I'll see you next week, and thanks for watching.